These two grown men had never seen the Simpsons. How the fuck's that even happen? We're two grown men on a mission now, so buckle up and just strap in.
Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the kid is not my son.
Two grown men had never seen the Simpsons. It's America's barley basket.
Welcome to episode 148 of America's Barley Basket. My name is Nathan Wilsabuck. Sitting next to me, physically, it's Marlon Wells.
Hello, Nathan.
Hello, Marlon.
How's it going today?
Okay.
You're doing look at you.
I got
you're,
pants.
You're wearing proper pants.
Proper shirt.
You got a proper button-down shirt on.
Look at me like I'm going to court.
Yeah, you kind of do,
innocent.
actually.
Innocent.
Come on, Your Honor.
Look at this face.
Come
What are we
on.
doing? Player's going to play.
Would this face touch all them kids?
Hey, at least 7 of them are making it
Come
up.
on.
It's coercion is what it is.
First offense, How about that first offense discount?
Come on. I'm a little stinker. Come on. Get a whoopsie daisy. Come on. Let's see. We get out of here. We can go get half price beers. I know a couple places.
Yeah,
Happy
come
Hour
on.
Friday. Hey.
You know I didn't stomp all them homeless folk to death.
It was all an accident.
I was trying to help them up.
I lose my balance easy.
You do have going to court vibes. You really do.
Right? Well, these are your going to court pants. You just throw yourself on the mercy of the judge. These pants are supposed to be black.
They're blackish.
Ish. Oh boy, you shouldn't say that on. We'll cut that out.
No, we won't. I didn't say anything wrong. They're a slate type of color.
Through time, geologic forces have turned these from black to slate.
Yeah.
The pressure my body puts on fabrics bleeds the color from it. Ever seen pants sweat?
Your pants leach the depression out of your body, and it robs them of their palate.
It turns them gray.
Yeah.
They lose their sense of vigor.
Oh, shit. There's big stuff popping around here, Nathan. Speaking of court, we're going to, by the time this comes out, we will know by now, but I have to maybe go to jury duty on Monday.
Look at this.
We'll see.
I've ever done it before. I feel like I would have known if you had.
Right. So I've never had to go in.
Yeah.
But I've gotten the thing in the mail that says, hey, call on this day and see if we need you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've had that twice, and both times no.
Yeah.
But I have to do that again coming up as we record this in 2 days on Sunday. On Easter Sunday, I have to call in and see if I have to go to jury duty on Monday.
I've had it. I'm on the same boat as you. I've had it twice, and each time they must have settled out of court, and they didn't need my services.
Right, which I think is usually how it goes.
Yeah.
But
you excited if you get to go?
No, fuck
really?
no. I wouldn't want to do that.
Man, if it's a big court case, it might be kind of cool. Get to play God.
But it's probably not a big court case.
No.
Also, I don't think you should want to play God.
All in my hands. Beg, Daddy, for forgiveness. Time for spankings.
I think if you got interviewed and said that, they would excuse you.
That's how you get out of it.
Yeah. Fuck, who is it? Is it Gareth Reynolds tells a story about he got called in for jury duty and just pretended to be horribly racist to get out of it? Phew, boy.
That'll do it, I bet.
I could do the Ted Nugent thing and pretend to shit in my hand.
Yeah.
Just put a bunch of peanut butter
Reach
in
into
my
your pants and pull out a bunch of peanut butter and start eating it.
I got peanut butter.
In your pants? I got pants butter.
I got pants butter.
It was for after all this, but I can eat it now.
It's creamy.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Shifting in your seat to push it to the front of the thighs so you got to dig down so
Reach
much.
down front and just...
Sometimes I touch the spot and I get sick. the 65-year-old woman next to you who's just doing her civic duty.
Yeah, juror 8, you're excused. We're done.
Anyone want the pants butter? No.
No, nobody wants. More for Daddy.
Oh, my God. Just digging around. Nope, not the good butter. That ain't eating butter.
Really, really mushing your fucking lips like Mr. Ed.
I don't think it was meant to be chunky, but here we are.
It started creamy, now it's chunky.
Dug too deep.
Like the dwarves, dug too deep, too greedily. There's a Balrog.
Oh, dear. Hey, I want to go on record here at America's Brother Basket. Don't carry peanut butter in your pants. So many. It comes in a jar. That's fun. That's a fun thing that they do with peanut butter now.
I've bought some. You can buy peanut butter in like a squeezy bag now.
Really?
Sometimes you see those. It's like a Capri Sun, but it has like a proper lid at the top. You see a juice usually that has that kind of packaging. Yeah. They make it with peanut butter now, so you
Interesting.
Can get yourself a peanut butter on the go.
So when you're like riding bike or something.
No
more buttering peanut butter toast while riding bike. They've been doing that with jelly for a while too. I think.
Squeezy jelly.
Yep.
I have squeezy jelly in my fridge that's like the lid is on the bottom and it's just a plastic bottle and you squeeze jelly out.
They do Miracle Whip mayonnaise that way.
Yeah.
I like a big jar of Miracle Whip.
Also, the price difference between a big jar of Miracle Whip and a squeezy bottle of Miracle Whip is ludicrous.
You're getting 4 times as much Miracle Whip in the jar for the same price.
Yeah.
Just so your fucking starving ass doesn't need to break out a butter knife.
Right, yeah. What's the matter?
I'm exhausted.
Are you low on butter knives?
Been eating too much Miracle Whip. So tired. You have a open face sandwich on your chest. You're not even hitting the sandwich. It's all going on your abdomen. Yum, yum.
Gotta love that tangy zip.
Watching someone clean Miracle Whip with a slice of white bread off their stomach and putting it on top of sandwich. Whoops, I did it again. All in the shitty little pool in your apartment complex. We used to bring kids out there.
Some sandwiches get hair in them. That's okay.
Oh my God!
Telling this to a clown at the edge of the pool who isn't real.
You understand, Buckles.
You get it. Eating a fucking chopped ham sandwich.
Oh, fuck. Man, I like a sick ass deli meat, but boy, chopped ham. I mean, I wouldn't say no if I was hungry, but it's,
buddy, I bought a fucking square block of chopped ham not 3 days ago.
I saw you flossing online with your chopped ham. This is why I'm hot. You wearing a chopped ham baby doll tee?
All I do is win. Oh, shit.
If the pimentos fall out of that, we are truly fucked.
Yeah, that's how you know I got fucking ham flex on, is I decided to make it an Instagram reel and put it on the internet. Daddy's got chopped ham, the plywood of hams.
When it comes to your bottom basement, I'm a bologna boy.
Not a fan.
Just a big old circle of bologna.
Don't like it.
It's the perfect circle of sadness. What are your other cheap meats? I mean, not necessarily cheap.
Anything
but
out of the Carl Buddig family?
Yeah. Boy, it was on sale. I got some bottom basement turkey slices. You get low enough, you get what you pay for. God, This is a bummer. I should not have. I went $1 too low.
I was looking when I bought my fabulous block of chopped ham. Yeah. I was standing at that lunch meat cooler, which is like 5 coolers now at the grocery store I go to, and I was looking at all the different deli meats, and fucking Carl Buddig has the audacity to have a Buddig Premier line that comes in like a rectangular plastic thing like all the rest of them do now. And it's like, no one's fucking believing you, Carl. Get out of here.
Well, this, we ground the snout up so much you can barely tell you're eating it.
As opposed to the regular Carl Buddig meat envelopes.
Oh, my God.
Your deli meat shouldn't come in the same envelope that Kool-Aid does.
A paper pouch. This isn't even refrigerated.
Doesn't need to be, because this ain't even meat.
Just get it wet. It tastes good.
Oh,
You
God.
have to pre-soak your cold cuts.
That's fucking bottom of the barrel cold cuts.
Mix in the activation powder. Activation powder.
I got to plan an hour ahead of time to make my sandwiches. I got to soak my Buddig meats. That's hard living. That's like you buy those like rice noodles at like an Asian market that need soaked for like an hour beforehand.
Really?
Yeah, to kind of bring them back to life.
Oh,
like dried noodles.
Yeah, I never thought of that, but that adds up, I guess.
They're delicious. I have a bag in my fucking kitchen right now, but yeah, like, oh fuck, I gotta plan ahead if I want noodles.
As much as I love pouring Chinese trash down my gullet, I never cook it at home. Never. I've never cooked rice once at home. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. At one time, inherited a rice cooker. A roommate left his, but never once did that thing that sat on top of our fridge as a curiosity.
You like rice? Why not cook it?
I don't. There's many questions that need to be asked here. Yep, that's like it just. I think part of it, we never ate rice at home. It just, I think it's kind of hardwired into a guy, you know? Like,
yeah.
But not that I eat other shit we never, but just rice it's a big step in my head.
Rice is an outside food.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be able to clap when I eat rice. Yay.
I mean, you can do that at home too.
I'll get teased by my roommates. They don't like when I clap.
I know your roommates. They're very brutal, yeah. Bloodthirsty fellas. They would bully you very hard.
Hold me down. Throw rice on my nude form.
Typewriter on the chest.
Eat some more rice, you sick bitch. Just wanted lunch.
Oh God. Whew. Other big stuff popping on your recommendation. I watched all of Chernobyl on HBO.
Laugh Riot.
That came up a week or so ago. It's fantastic.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yep.
I loved every second of it. But I fucked up. I watched all 5 in one sitting. That's too much bleakness.
Yep.
That is too much depression.
I thought for sure this was going to be a bed sore story. It is very bleak is the right word for it.
Fucking hey. That's like 5.5 hours of just depressing television.
When you see what day 3 is like for some of those people,
oof.
My God.
Ugh.
It doesn't make sense. It's like,
yeah.
Just why doesn't the body just die? Just do this bro a solid and die.
Yeah.
You basically cook, or what is it too? You're near death for a day or two, and then you have like a day or two
where
come
out of it.
Good,
yep.
Where they're playing checkers or cards, or they're sitting in bed playing cards. Like, I'm sure we got to do a few tests, and we'll be out. And the next day, they look like they're hot dogs being microwaved, which is virtually what's happening to them.
Pretty much, yeah. You cook from the inside and the outside.
Fuck me. And I'm pro nuclear energy.
Yeah.
Make sure that doesn't happen. Whatever happened in Russia.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
And the fact, I mean, spoiler alert, you've had fucking years to watch it now. The fact that it starts with things just popping off.
Oh yeah.
It's like, wait, like we gotta rewind. And my buddy's like, no, dude, this is how it starts.
This is how we start.
It's right in the middle of it. Like when they fucking open the door to that fucking blown up fucking whatever it is.
Reactor, yeah.
What the fuck would that be like? I bet it's something that so few living humans have seen, or maybe none have. You just have to use it like nuclear energy theory as to what it would sound like or look like, you know?
Yeah, it's like, how did they decide what the T-Rex sounds like in Jurassic Park?
Yeah. Like
It's fucking good, but man, it is heavy. Don't watch all 5 episodes in a sitting.
When some of them aren't scientists, or just like Soviet like government officials that are there to take care of everything. When like the scientists are breaking down, okay, we might just being where we're at, we're probably not going to live another 5 years.
Yeah.
And then 5 years later, they're all like, they're in court.
They're
still.
falling apart.
Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
the only beef I had is they really portray like, can you believe how fucked up the Soviet Union was, that this is the lies they were telling? I'm like, fuck you. All of our countries would do this exactly the same way. And now you can watch it like through the lens of COVID and everything, like all the shit in there, like, oh, don't tell anybody anything. We don't want to cause a panic. Oh, don't give them the real numbers. Give them these numbers. I'm sitting here just screaming in my brain, just like, God, we haven't learned anything. This is terrible.
Sounds like someone isn't a patriot.
I am not, in fact, a patriot.
Heard it here first.
I will happily tell you that.
You're drinking your fucking unicorn Bud Light cans out of care in the world.
Yes. Yeah. Fuck it. Oh my God. This fucking Bud Light.
You're gonna betray Kid Rock.
Fucking. What I like most about that is take a look at this Bud Light can with the rainbow and a trans person on it. Oh my God. Fucking Bud Light turned their back on fucking conservative America. Then go look at how much money Anheuser-Busch gives to all these Republican causes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
The nerve of them.
Oh my God.
If a beer was cheap and tasted good when I drank a lot, there could have been a picture of me on it that said, fuck this guy. Fuck it. I am drinking it all day. This is mean-spirited. I don't know.
Also, how many times do we have to do this? Fucking Nike signed Kaepernick and these shitheads lit their Nikes on fire. And then Carhartt said you got to get vaccinated to work here, and everyone set their fucking coats on fire. Now fucking Kid Rock is shooting a case of Bud Light with a rifle. Like,
and the best is these are the dick straight that refer to other people as snowflakes.
Yeah. You're so easily offended.
You're mad at socks, you fucking shithead. You're mad at beer cans. Oh my God. Well, I mean, fucking good for them that they got that kind of time, I guess.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Must be nice to have every other problem in your life solved.
Jesus Christ. My beer cans don't look like my beer cans I used to like. No. Jesus Christ.
I'm getting closer to your give everyone a standardized test and just eliminate the bottom 10%.
Oh my God.
I'm right there with you.
Kid Rock grew up in a mansion.
Yeah.
He's not one of us.
He's not one of you at all.
But he sure played the part well. Look, to his credit, if he hadn't fucking made himself into this fucking right-wing fucking turd burglar, he'd be right now at a casino doing a 5-act fucking show with POD and Trapped somewhere.
Yeah.
But he smartly, financially, I'll attach myself to this and I'll fucking squeeze another decade of relevancy out.
I'll just hook my car to the slowest train.
Yeah. And to his credit, so I guess that was a savvy move on his part.
Well, that first record sure is good.
Yeah. I wonder how it holds up to listens now. I have not listened to that in 15 years, I bet.
We should do that.
Yeah.
Let's pause. Sit and quietly listen
Reflect.
to all of Devil Without a Cause.
In our music room, we'll turn all the lights off and just lay in silence.
I'll get the chopped ham.
Yeah. Another slice, thank you.
No bread,
just right out of the container.
Yeah.
Like you're eating Big League Chew. Take a pinch.
You just set it on a plate and cut it as if you're eating cake. You eat the whole block that way. It's like a ham lasagna. 'Cause it's all those layers.
God.
Each one hammier than the next. Oh, God.
Hey, Marlon.
Hey, Nathan.
You know who has never shot up a case of Bud Light and posted it on TikTok?
Who's that, Nathan?
The Simpsons.
It is The Simpsons. You're right. And most people, but mostly The Simpsons.
Yeah.
We have a special episode today.
Scripts and scraps, let's call it.
Yeah.
Little pinch.
Odds and ends. Yeah.
What is it called when you get that weird sack of beef jerky where it's just all tails and buttholes?
I think it's tails and buttholes.
T's and B's. I gotta slow down on the T's and B's. I'm getting double vision. Pull the school bus over. think it's fucking dried out adrenal gland. I think fucking T's and B's are giving me superpowers.
I think it varies by brand. I don't know that there's a universal term for the T's and B's of beef jerkies and beef sticks.
This calamari kind of bovine asshole.
That's a bad name. That's a good metal band.
Some guy's job is just to cut the assholes out of those pigs. It's sort of an initiation.
Hey man, he's got a mortgage. Yeah. What do you want him to do? In your head, is it just a knife that you're making a swoop, or is there some kind of automatic? Is there some kind of cordless drill attachment? That you just
we're going at this completely done. In my head, it's this thing's already been disemboweled, and some poor son of a bitch with fucking waders on's digging tits deep in fucking pig entrails and just carrying the tin you dump your oil in for an oil change and just throwing assholes in it, wading through like, oh boy, oh Christ, they're all at the bottom. Puts on a child's snorkel and ain't gonna do fuck all good. Here we go.
Oh God.
Oh, false alarm.
100 years ago, a 7-year-old would have been doing this.
I would have kicked ass and doubled there.
I'm a grown-ass man.
My whole life is a physical challenge.
Ooh, too real. Oh God. We had a horrendous
pig asshole.
I hate when this show turns into accidental animal husbandry. We had a horrendous cordless drill attachment in my youth for castrating.
Oh boy.
It was like you plugged into the drill head like a band, like a snap, and what it was you would put it over the nutsack into the like you get past the bulb to the base. If you're looking at a light bulb, get past the big round part to the base, and that would snap onto there, and then you would zzz, and you would spin the nutsack off of the critter.
Christ almighty. And is that more humane than just letting it do it over time?
Well, it doesn't bleed is the thing, because it twists all the veins shut and the vessels shut.
Like banding, there's bleeding? Like if you just
no, but it doesn't take as fucking long then, and bands aren't like the little green Cheerio. That's not a guarantee. Those go wrong sometimes.
Oh, do they really? Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Then you got more work on your hands. Yeah. But yeah, just fucking.
Then you're trying to castrate an 800-pound animal.
Exactly, instead of a 85-pound. Yeah, just zzz.
Oh.
It's like when you chew up some gum and then you hold it out and you twist both ends until the middle falls out.
Funny we're not at a point they ain't got a shot that'll take care of it.
That'll just unnut?
Yeah, you'd think. Man, I mean, I think some of you guys get into it, but that's a whole other thing.
Then you don't get to eat any of them.
That's true, yeah.
Come on.
Look at fry up them nut sacks.
Been a while.
Mommy, look, I put my head in one. Get that off your head.
Been a while.
It's stuck.
Been a while since I had a fried nutsack.
God, the idea of just frying the whole fucking ball.
Fur and all.
There's your fucking T's and B's. There's your scripts and scraps.
Odds and ends.
Cords are chewy. Yeah, they're meant to be fucking eaten. I still want to try. I've never been to a fried nut festival. I've always
they're not my favorite thing in the world, but they're fine. They're good. You know,
like any organ meat, they're fine. Probably. Yeah,
they got the consistency of like a chicken McNugget. They're fine.
Yeah. I think you go to a butcher shop, they got nuts waiting for you.
I bet you might have to ask.
Hey, next time around.
Because they're pretty seasonal, you know?
Yeah.
Like, everyone's cutting at about the same time.
When they're real naughty.
Yeah.
We told you.
What did I say? I told you, biscuits.
You quit fussing. Taking bag. And yet you persisted.
You were warned many times. Much like Kid Rock, Nathan, another musical talent who we once liked and now we look at a little troublesomely much like Kid Rock, is Michael Jackson. Remember Michael Jackson?
Yeah, do I ever?
Is that a stretch for a segue? Yes, I think it is.
I have no Kid Rock apologist, but I think shooting Bud Light cans it is a few steps below what Michael Jackson.
They put a rainbow on it, Nathan.
But Michael Jackson, we finally the forbidden fruit has been tasted. The episode that we couldn't get our hands on.
I think he did a lot of that. I think that's why this episode isn't on Disney.
He dabbled in far too much forbidden fruit.
Yeah. We found, well, not found, it's not like we had to look for it that hard, but we got, or you, I should say, got your hands on the contraband of disc 1 of season 3 of pre-2019 DVD of The Simpsons.
We did it.
So we get to watch the Stark Raving Dad episode, the lost episode of The Simpsons.
On physical media. Who do we come crawling to? We abandoned it, we kicked it to the curb, and yet who we come begging? We come sniffing around.
I didn't need more reasons to think of physical media and how it maybe should return.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Season 3, beginning, end of the season, any idea?
Season premiere, episode 1.
Is it? Well, makes sense. Big name.
Yep. Big name, which they did not advertise. Michael Jackson's not credited on this at all.
Interesting. I have a hunch. Michael Jackson asked.
He did.
That does not seem like something that they went out and like, hey, let's get Michael Jackson. I bet he asked to get on it.
I watched this episode on the DVD and then for nostalgia's sake, watched it with director commentary.
Interesting.
Remember director commentary, Nathan? Remember DVDs? I had such a nostalgia 3/4 chub throughout this entire thing. Just like, look at the menus.
So I think I abandoned... betrayed DVDs far later in life than you did. So the nostalgia wouldn't quite be... I mean, I was watching DVDs 3 years ago. So,
I was not.
Yeah.
So all of this DVD shit really hit me. I was like, look at this. Hey, look at the main menu.
Fun.
It just loops. It's just the family sitting on the couch and the music playing.
So many different languages I could listen into.
Special features, which, by the way, I also delved into. But I listened with the commentary on, and I forget which producer it was, said that, Michael called them. I guess he was like sitting in his office, and he called, and he said it took me like 20 minutes to finally believe that this was Michael Jackson. I was convinced somebody was fucking with me. But yeah, as far as like fun trivia stuff right off the bat, he called them to get on the show. He wanted, because he loved the show.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be on it. He is uncredited and couldn't be credited because it would be like a contract violation with his record company.
Interesting.
For the same reason, he doesn't sing in this. It's a sound-alike.
Is it really?
So he voices himself when he's talking.
But he isn't singing.
But he isn't singing.
Fascinating.
And like they got a good sound-alike.
Huh. Oh, to the point, this is all news to me. I would have assumed it was him singing.
Yeah. It's he doesn't sing. He specifically asked to be on it. They tell the story on the DVD commentary about they had the table read at his house and what a fucking insane high pressure thing that was for all the guys. Like, we gotta go to his house, and like I guess it was him, like Michael at the head of the table, sitting next to his sound-alike, so he would talk and then the other guy would sing and go back and forth, and how strange that was. Had to have been fucking wild for these guys.
Yeah.
Let's get into the episode. It is Stark Raving Dad. Lisa wakes up Bart at 6 a.m., which is too early. Bart, in a panic, goes, "What happened? Oh, my God, let me guess, Dad died?" And Lisa goes, "No." And Bart, looks at the camera for a second and goes, "Oh, what do you know? I'm relieved." As if that wasn't a guarantee on how he would feel about Homer being dead. Bart calls a Krusty hotline. I don't remember hotlines really being a thing until, wrestling hotlines, like the Mean Gene Okerlund hotline.
I remember a few.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
You ever call one?
Yep.
You get in trouble?
Yep.
Attaboy.
Tried to call the Easter Bunny. Somebody had a hotline. I was like, well, this seems important because he needed help. I think that's what he needed help finding eggs. Like, I want to help with the eggs. That's like just me, 4-year-old me holding a phone, knowing I'm not supposed to do that, but goddamn, it was an emergency.
We got to find these eggs.
Yeah.
Was this an advertisement on television?
Yeah. Probably was off the air quick. I bet they got a lot of angry calls.
That's pretty predatory. Yeah, right? Hey, kids, you got to call and help the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know if I think it was put to my attention pretty quick that you do not do that anymore.
I'll bet.
Yeah, I never called any wrestling hotlines because they were even a thing in the late 80s.
Oh, yeah, they were a thing for sure. Yeah. Homer in a panic because he can't find any of his work shirts, and they're all pink. Bart threw his lucky red hat in with the whites, and now all of his shirts are pink.
Forgot how we're this early in the show. It was still a big trope was Bart's a shithead and Homer's freaking out about it.
Yeah, and like we get a good Bart strangle. We don't see that in the newer stuff all that often.
Yep.
A lot of good nostalgia flashbacks of like, remember what this show used to be like and
what it used to look like,
how it used to look, the pace at which the jokes would hit.
Yeah.
Like this thing, my first thought when I watched this was the machine gun rhythm of the dialogue and the jokes.
Yeah.
Holy
God,
shit.
Yeah.
It is just boom, 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 boom. There is no one takes a breath in this episode. It is fucking line. Homer freaked out that all his shirts are pink, but Marge is like, nobody's going to notice, which is crazy. There's a fun shot of the whole mob of everyone walking into work, and everyone's got a white shirt except Homer in the middle of all of them. And Monty Burns right away is like, oh, he's watching on his closed circuit television, just like, zoom in, get him into my office. He seems to be a free thinker of some sort.
So can't have that.
Burns is pissed. He has Homer black-bagged, and Homer kind of wakes up in this room getting grilled about why he's wearing a pink shirt. Motherfucking Dr. Monroe is here?
Marv himself.
Look at this.
Yeah, God, been a minute. Who I think has been written out as now dead.
I think he's officially dead in canon.
Yeah.
But haven't seen him in a very long time. But he's here working for Burns, I guess. And he's going to send Homer home with a personality test, like a take-home, are you crazy personality test. Homer, of course, a shitheel who's not going to do any work on his own, has Bart do it. And Bart, of course, not...
Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen here? Yeah. So Bart fills out his dad's mental evaluation test and gets Homer institutionalized, where he meets Michael Jackson, or at least a man who claims to be Michael Jackson, and is for sure voiced by Michael Jackson.
That was because I knew there was an episode with Michael Jackson. I had no clue this was the concept.
Right? Me neither.
He isn't animated. He's played by a giant crazy man.
Yeah, he looks like just a big oaf.
Yeah.
He looks kind of like he's kind of built like the turtle from Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah. A little bit of Barney.
Yeah,
in the
little
face,
Barney in the face.
The crooked teeth, crooked mouth thing. Yeah.
Huge upper lip, like a huge underbite.
Yeah.
Stubble on top of his head.
Kind of like Barney met an adult Kearney.
Sure.
A little bit,
yeah, there's a little Kearney in there.
Yeah.
And this man claims that he is Michael Jackson. I love the running joke that Homer has never heard of Michael Jackson.
Yeah. And like other things. Motown? Nope. This? Nope.
Yeah.
MTV? Nope.
Nope. Yeah, no idea. No idea who Michael Jackson is.
He's been big. At that point, he'd been big for 18 years. Michael Jackson was big in like 1973 at the Jackson 5.
Yeah, but no, Homer, no idea. Back home, the kids are watching Itchy and Scratchy. Nathan, do you remember Itchy and Scratchy?
God, the show used to, I wonder if you looked at like season 3 and of like the 21 episodes, I bet like 16 of them feature an Itchy and Scratchy.
I legit was like, holy fuck, remember Itchy and Scratchy?
Yeah, it so rarely comes up now.
Back at the kids are watching Itchy and Scratchy. That's how we got there. Lisa says that it's her birthday tomorrow or soon. You know, it's a little nebulous as far as time goes, and begs Bart, please get me a birthday present. And Bart's like, hey, you want your once-a-year empty gesture? You got it, which is very fun.
Yeah.
Back at the institution, it is clearly just Cuckoo's Nest. We even get a Rain Man in there.
Yeah.
I love that joke where Michael's going around introducing Homer to everybody. He goes, that guy can multiply any two numbers that you give him instantaneously. And Homer's like, oh, man, I got to try it. 9 times 5. Like, gives him the easiest number. I love that joke.
And there's another straight from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Chief.
Chief, there we go.
Yeah, there's the great big native guy. Yeah. He's just like, and Michael's like, oh, he never moves, never talks, never has. And Homer's just like, I think he like waves hello, and the guy's like, hi. Like, just
hey,
immediately.
Yeah. And the doctors surround him. It's like, I've been waiting for someone to address me.
It's so good. Homer wants to call home, but he's embarrassed, so Michael calls home instead. Bart answers the phone and is hyped that Michael Jackson is calling. It gives him a couple of tests to make sure it's him.
This would have came out in the fall of 91, I believe. Let me think. Fall of 91. There probably wasn't a bigger star on the planet than Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
In the fall of 91. Not that I can think of, at least. Like, he was fucking huge. Like, that was about the end of it. It was probably a decline around that point throughout the 90s, but yeah.
Like, he was probably on his way out of being the most famous American, and Michael Jordan was on his way up.
Yeah, I'd say right around. Yeah, Michael Jordan won his first championship in 1991.
Yeah, those probably would have been, because right after that, you got the Dream Team and the three-peat, the first three-peat.
They shook hands at some point on that graph.
Yeah, like, those were the two
Michaels.
Most famous people were Michaels. Homer's sad, about not being able to see his family. Michael sings him a song to comfort him and put him to sleep. Marge, trying her best to get him out, comes to visit, tells the fucking doctor running all this, is like, no, Homer's not crazy, I promise. You just can't mention our son Bart. And the doctor wigs out and goes, wait, Bart is real? Like, they assumed that he wasn't real from everything Homer had told them.
Figment of his imagination.
Yeah. So they let Homer out. And Michael is coming with because Michael is there voluntarily.
He just likes it.
Yeah. Homer's like, what do you mean? Why are you here? And he goes, oh, in 1979, my album Off the Wall only got 1 Grammy nomination, and I was really depressed, which is apparently true. That's apparently a real thing.
Really?
That Michael Jackson went through legitimately hard times after only getting 1 Grammy nod in 79. This is where we get maybe my favorite shot and joke of this whole episode, which is Lisa sitting alone at the dinner table or at the kitchen table singing happy birthday to herself. Holy shit.
And just Maggie.
Yep, it's just Maggie sitting with her. She is so meek. It's just happy birthday, middle child. It's so goddamn funny.
And then, like, 2 beats late, Maggie blows on her her
noisemaker. Yep. Damn it, that's funny.
Yeah, that's a trope. Probably pops up about every 3 or 4 seasons. I'm always ignored.
Yeah, Lisa's middle child syndrome. Yeah. Bart can't help himself. He tells Milhouse that Michael Jackson is coming, and Milhouse, of course, tells everybody.
He's like, can you keep a secret? No.
Oh, well. Yeah. And then tells him immediately. I like how just flat Milhouse, no.
No. He knows himself.
So word gets out, and that is when we see, I have in all caps, Apu.
Oh, my God. I wish we would have got a speaking line.
He did. He said, yeah.
Oh, man. Fucking, was it blacking out?
I think maybe the heat getting to you. Yeah, he's like, he hears it on the radio. It's Bill and Marty, whoever the radio duo is. They don't name them, but it's
they're
them.
Gone from the show.
They gotta be. Radio is gone. Right, that's so true. Yes. And Apu is like, he says, so I'm not going to do the voice, but he says something along the lines of, Michael Jackson is coming. I have to go see.
You're right. Yep.
And he flips the sign on the door from always open to closed for the first time ever. Haven't seen the inside of the Quickie Mart or a Pooh.
We never do anymore. It's a bummer.
Is this better?
Yeah. Who's to say?
So now we got the whole mob. They're all at the Simpson house, including way up front in the foreground. And I suppose it would have been more relevant than it is today. But Rainbow Man is there, the man with the rainbow afro wig and the John 3:16 sign that was at every sporting event.
That made a lot of sense in 1991.
Yeah, he has a dark story.
Yep. Yeah, did they maybe do like a 30 for 30 about him or something?
Oh,
like
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a dollop about him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think he like took some people hostage with a revolver in a hotel room at some point.
Oh boy,
he went for it.
That's troublesome.
He was a real God is talking to me kind of guy. You boy.
When God addresses you by name, you should talk to somebody. Dennis. It's Jesus.
I hear voices all the time. I've never once thought it was God. But yeah, I thought, they put him so front and center in the middle of the screen. I was like, this must have been pretty relevant at this time. So quote unquote, Michael Jackson gets out of the car, an enormous 300-pound white man. And now the crowd is the mob is pissed at Bart that's not Michael Jackson, and the whole mob leaves. And Lisa comes up and is like, "Listen, Bart, you promised me that you would get me a birthday present, and I feel like I shouldn't even ask." And Bart goes, "You should trust that instinct." Jesus,
holy shit! Lisa is sad. This is some prime sad Lisa here.
Lisa's very sad and goes running away off to her room. So she is crushed. Michael comes into Bart's room and offers to help write a song for Lisa for her birthday, because that's what he did for his sisters when he was a kid. And he finally convinces Bart to give him a try. And we get some back and forth of them writing this birthday song for Lisa, and then they sing it. They roll the piano into her room. That's a hell of a job.
Yeah.
Get that piano upstairs.
Yeah.
Roll it into her room and sing a nice song for Lisa's birthday, and it's very heartwarming. And as soon as the song is over, the Hank Azaria voice kicks in, and the guy who was Michael Jackson explains, I'm Leon. I'm a bricklayer from Philly.
Yeah, Patterson, New Jersey.
Yeah. That's what it is. And I was always so angry all the time. And then one day I just started talking like this, and now everybody likes me.
That's a total, like, we got to put a bow on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he goes walking off into the sunset, and Lisa shouts out after him, "You're a credit to dementia."
That was good.
It's very funny. Then they play the Lisa happy birthday song over the credits, and that wraps it up.
For a season 3, not a lot of laughs. I bet if we would have watched this one, this would have been the first time where I would have got salty about a guest star. Just thinking as to how this one doesn't feel better than a typical above average episode in season 28 to me.
Yeah.
There are differences. Like you said, the rapid fire jokes, especially early on.
I don't think that this is like, oh my God, one of the best episodes ever. And I bet I think that we think of season 2, which this is a holdover from 2. This was supposed to air in season 2.
Ah, interesting.
I think that we think of season 2 as being better than it was.
Yeah.
I think
it's real hit and miss, I bet.
I think we have some rose-colored glasses looking back at season. This, to me, feels like a season 2 episode. Feels like it would have fit in right alongside the rest.
Looked like it. That kind of a sloppier animation style.
Yep. There's a scene when the kids are watching Itchy and Scratchy, and they laugh and they throw their heads back and their mouths open way too far when they're laughing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, but I think the animation looks grimy, and you could maybe say bad, but there's so much more character in it. Just little things. Like at one point when Bart's on the phone with Michael Jackson, he just reaches out and plinks the phone cord, just gives it a pound.
Yeah.
And it's just a little touch that they didn't have to do, and I feel like they don't do anymore.
Interesting, but you're right, yeah.
it was very weird to watch a season 3 episode after we have watched 33 seasons
hundreds.
to see how crazy it was.
Yeah, several hundred episodes since.
Yeah, how different it was.
Early on, before it's while Bart is filling out the mental health survey, Homer's watching America's Funniest Home Videos and just cackling because it's all low fucking common denominator.
Yeah.
Watch this man break his hip.
Yeah.
Watch this dog get started on fire, which they would not make that joke today.
Yeah.
People are too precious about dogs. But I fucking recently ended up on the America's Funniest Home Videos Wikipedia page. That motherfucker is still on.
Uh-huh.
Alfonso Ribeiro, is that how you pronounce his name? He's
No
Carlton in Fresh Prince.
Okay.
Yep, he's the host now. You look at that show, it has existed fucking 30 odd years now. Like, that started around the time the Simpsons did. I think there was a time in the early or mid aughts where it was no longer a weekly, it was a special. Like, hey, this is the best of this, 2003. So I think that's why you never hear it listed as like longest running, because they may have taken a break from having every week we're here, like.
Do you think people still submit their videos, or do the people who work for America's Funniest Videos just comb YouTube?
Scour YouTube. Good question. Kind of like a... like Tosh.0 or Ridiculousness does.
I bet it has to be submitted, because otherwise you can't comb the entire internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you got to submit because they win money.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to, you get a phone call one day, hey, you got $50,000 because we picked your video off the internet.
Yeah, what if that guy says no?
Yeah, exactly. So that's wild that still is going.
At one time, that show was a ratings Goliath.
Yeah.
I think there might have been 1 year it was the #1 show in America.
Bob Saget, Tom Bergeron.
Fucking Tom Bergeron ran that show for 15 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
A good chunk of your life, Tom Bergeron sat in a studio and showed videos of dads getting hit in the nuts with fucking wiffle ball bats. And like that fucking Alfonso Ribeiro's been on there for like 8 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's got to be a decent paycheck.
Yeah. I bet for the work that goes into it, especially, I bet they can knock them out with the quickness.
Yeah. That I'm sure that show costs nothing to make.
Like, isn't like Wheel of Fortune? Don't they knock all those out in like a 10-week span?
Yeah, I think they film like an entire season over the course of a couple of weeks. I think it's pretty.
I think how quick you could do that.
Yeah, you can crank them out.
Yeah, keep the same studio audience.
Yeah. You could, if you wanted to, and not take a break, you could just do it every day and be recorded 15 years into the future.
God, that'd be weird. Not address it. So the fashions get kind of weirder as the show goes on. Like,
you don't mention any current events on Wheel of Fortune. Like,
is Pat Sajak wearing a Frankie Says Relax t-shirt? 2004. Huge feathered hair.
Oh, God.
It's got like the Adam Ant paint strip across his eyes. What?
It's there was a video made its way around the internet about a year ago of someone, a younger person, younger than you or I, on Wheel of Fortune, just earned all three, actually. It makes the rounds like all the way through, of people not getting... The puzzle is clearly another feather in your cap, and no one's
heard that term. Interesting.
Because language evolves. That's not an idiom anymore that anyone uses. And it was like all of the comments were normal people like you and I being like, well, no one says that anymore because language evolves. And screaming boomers about what fucking idiots kids are nowadays.
Does anyone eat coleslaw anymore?
The dimmer switch was on the floor.
Here's a picture of pork roast. Who's seen it? Click like.
We used to drink out of the hose. One last fun fact about this episode. This episode almost had a sequel.
Really?
Where Leon comes back.
No shit.
And is voiced by Prince.
Really?
They got so close to doing it, and then Prince eventually just didn't like the script that they had put together, and they couldn't agree back and forth, and it went a while. It got deep into almost getting animated.
Interesting.
And then they had to shut it down.
I wonder, like, when that was.
The next season.
Oh, that soon.
Yeah,
oh,
that would have been a
shit.
season 4 episode.
Interesting.
Apparently, there was kind of a mix-up of, like, the Simpsons people wrote this script and took it to him, and at the same time, Prince's chauffeur had written a spec script for The Simpsons and was pushing it on Prince, and Prince liked that one, but didn't like the one that The Simpsons were making. So apparently, for some time, he thought they were talking about his chauffeur's script, but they were talking about the one they had written.
Oh,
and
my
once
God.
everything got sorted out, he was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I like that. I like Prince being difficult.
Yep.
Yeah.
He seems like a difficult man.
Yeah. I don't want to meet Danzig and he's nice.
I bet Danzig is not nice.
Yeah. I've never heard a good word about the man.
Nope, not once.
Yeah. Keep it up at this point.
I love Twist of Cain, but he seems like a real pile of garbage.
Yeah. So that was it.
We did it. We saw the lost
We
episode.
had to dig through mountains of physical media, dusty DVDs.
Yeah, we was it worth it?
I think so.
I think so too.
Absolutely, yeah. We have the Michael Jackson one in the bag now. What do we got left? Little shorty shorts.
I was about to say we've
Ooh.
certainly seen them all.
Ooh, got to squeeze into these little shorty shorts.
Oh, okie
Sun's
dokie.
out.
All right.
Double cheeked up. Friday afternoon.
That is among my favorite internet clips. Oh my God.
It's a Tuesday. The sun is out. The sun is out. What are you doing out here with all that ass?
Double cheeked up. The sun is still out. The internet.
Yeah, it's a good, beautiful thing, that internet. Nothing bad ever happens. Sometimes, like once or twice, bad things have happened.
Yeah. Once or twice, bad stuff happened on the internet.
Once or twice a second.
Yeah.
Let's kick things off with Plusiversary.
I was wondering what order you were going to go with here.
I typed Simpsons into Disney Plus.
Okay.
And I just went in order from because it's TV show, movie, then the shorts.
Yeah.
So that's how I went, which.
I mean, I watched them chronologically because I'm not a crazy person just shotgun approaching this, but okay.
It's the anniversary of Disney Plus. I have my methods. Are they scientifically
I'm not
sound?
questioning them.
Disney's throwing a big old party for all the characters.
At Moe's.
Yeah, which is in my notes at Moe's for some insane reason.
Where else are you going to throw a party?
And Homer shows up, and he's not on the guest list. I can't remember who's running the guest list. Some mean lady cartoon Disney.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember. Oh, Maleficent.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She's the one running that.
Is Maleficent from something from back in the day, or just this newer stuff?
Yeah, she's the, is she from Snow White?
Is that the...
I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100%, but she's like the dark-haired lady with the horns.
Yeah, that sounds like
And then
Snow White.
Angelina Jolie was her in the live action one.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she's called Maleficent back in the Snow White days,
Yeah.
or if she's just the bad queen.
Yeah, the
I don't know.
Wicked Witch or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you ever see any of those random ass like Snow White action movies from like a decade ago with Kristen Stewart and one of those big Thor?
Oh, like the Huntsman?
Yeah.
No, I never
Yeah,
did.
I think I was drunk in a hotel, but it was like it scratched an itch. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
this is decent enough. Like
I've seen a lot of the Disney live actions, like as they've come out over the last 5 to 10 years, like Little Mermaid's coming.
Yeah.
I saw the live action Beauty and the Beast. I saw the live action Lion King, and it's like, I don't know, they're kind of cool, like almost as an oddity. Like, look at this. I guess, like, how would you answer the question of how would you make these if you had to make them for real? But like, there's just always that cynical undercurrent of the only reason this exists is so that they can keep the copyrights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people celebrate it in a weird way.
Yeah. But something like Snow White, couldn't anyone make a Snow White movie? Since it's like Hans Christian Andersen or the Brothers Grimm or some fucking long ago shit?
I think that you can... but there's like certain thing you can't have 7 dwarves named these names.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to, like they just made that Winnie the Pooh horror movie because he just got into public domain.
Is that why that happened?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But like, if I'm not mistaken, you couldn't put Piglet in there or Eeyore or like, you know, like there are certain things that they've added to those stories that make them Disney properties.
Interesting. Huh. I was wondering that too. It's like, that seems interesting. Like, how are they getting away with this? But that's totally why.
Yeah.
It's because that whatever 75 or 8,500 years passed.
Yeah.
And Disney tried to push that back. They went to court.
Oh, they've done a lot of work to fuck over copyright law.
Yeah, because they want to keep all that shit. By all rights, right now, you should be able to have your own Mickey Mouse show.
Yep, 100%.
Because that time has passed. It's get close to 100 years old, I bet.
Yeah, Steamboat Willie was, I think, 34. Yeah. That's forever ago.
Yeah, but they got a lot of lawyers at Disney Co.
Yeah, they sure do. They've spent a lot of money to be able to fuck everyone.
Yeah, lock everything up. Homer again shows up at the party, but he's not on the guest list. He's bummed. Homer likes a good time. Luckily, Goofy shows up, and Goofy's a fucking dud, so he doesn't have a +1. Goofy's kind of sad.
It's weird to see sad Goofy.
Yeah. It's weird to see all of this shit to me. Like, I haven't seen Goofy in a long time.
It's weird to see, like, but again, this is where we're at when one company owns everything.
Yeah,
It's weird to see the Simpsons next to the Disney, next to the Star Wars,
next to the Marvel.
Yep, it's very weird.
So he gets in, he's having a good time. A lot of it now is just kind of like fun things, silly things at the party.
Yeah.
But then the biggest chunk of the rest of this is Lisa shows up and there's a musical number. Get a lot of musical numbers in these shorts.
Yeah. Well, they're shorts, you know, like in kind of the tradition of, you know, Disney or even, Merry Melodies shorts.
Yeah. Yeah. Good call. Yeah. They often had just music. Would just be a silly music number, would be like a Merry Melody. Yeah. So she basically shows up and sings a song about just extolling the virtues of Disney Plus. Like, hey, you'll never find cheaper daycare. $15 a month.
Yeah, but you don't like your kids, sit them down in front of the screen. Like, I love that they take shots. Yeah. They take shots at Disney, which I like.
And the room, a chill comes over the room. There's a tension. You see a shadow approaching the front door of Moe's. It looks like it's going to be Mickey Mouse, but it's actually Bart.
As Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, and they all relieve, but then he talks in a weird Mickey Mouse voice. I don't like that.
Yeah, don't like Bart's impression of Mickey Mouse.
And he gets very stern and puts them all to work.
Yeah.
Which is a fun gag that rolls through this, that Mickey Mouse is a fucking domineering, joyless tyrant.
Yep.
Yeah.
They make that joke in a few of these shorts. I like that when he walks in, Sideshow Mel like leans off his bar stool and is just like, I can't believe you're getting away with this. Keep going. It's very funny. It's very funny that they're able to like point the knife so directly at Disney.
Yeah, and good on them for take advantage of that while you have it.
Yep, may as well.
Our next is Welcome to the Club. Bart and Lisa go to a big castle where Lisa's jazzed about becoming a Disney princess. And Bart's kind of like, are you sure that's what you want? She's like, yeah, just let someone else marry a prince, let him take care of everything. Yeah, sounds okay.
Which doesn't sound like Lisa.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But every once in a while, Lisa's love of girly shit overpowers her logic.
True, that's true.
And the Corys, the ponies.
Yeah, ponies for sure. And shorts rules don't apply to kids. Like Bugs Bunny isn't always a barber. He just is in that one with Elmer Fudd.
The rules of these are about the same as the rules to Treehouse.
Yep, exactly.
It's like nothing. None of this matters. None of this
is canon.
Affects the storyline.
Yep.
So she shows up to this big castle, but not as it seems. She falls down, kind of like the stairs turn into a slide, and she goes down into the catacombs of the castle, where she's met by Loki for some fucking reason.
Well, Bart is Loki when he drops her off.
There you go. That's
and
what
if you
it
would watch these in order, that would have made more sense. But okay,
we get a lot of Loki here. Then this again becomes a musical number where it's basically the villains kind of, hey, you know, like being a princess isn't as good as it seems. The villains are the ones that get to have a lot of fun. And kind of get to, the people show up for the villains. And they bring up a good point. At least the princes are all cookie cutter.
They're duds.
Yeah, and they all come out and they sing about how big of duds they are.
Why would you want any of these fucking dud princes?
I think, and pretty much all of the villains are the women. It's like the octopus lady, Ursula, but except Captain Hook.
And the boa constrictor from Jungle Book.
Oh,
whose name I don't remember, but he's there.
I forget that Peter Pan's a cartoon. Like in my head, Hook is the 1990 live action.
Hell yeah, the Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, Julia Roberts.
I gotta be right on this. Correct me if I'm wrong. The animated Peter Pan's one of those before my parents were born ones, right? Like
super old.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen the animated Peter Pan. I've seen Hook thousands of times.
I bet I daydreamed through the Peter Pan in school one time.
Sure, yeah. I've never seen it.
Wonder what, this is a trivia question. Wonder what what was the first feature-length Disney cartoon? I would bet I'm about 60% Snow White, 40% Cinderella.
I would guess, you know, if I were playing trivia in the bar and that was the question, I'd say Snow White.
Yep.
With a fair amount of confidence. I think it's Snow White.
Both of those two just feel old.
Yeah.
Like if you catch a clip of it, it's like, this is ancient.
I've never seen either of them. I might have seen Cinderella when I was a kid.
So we've talked about this, how Disney had barely any effect on my childhood, but the ones that I did see was in the 80s, because I don't think they're putting out any new content that was making money. They just resent all the classics to the theater.
Sure.
So I think one of my very first movies, like so young I don't remember, was either Snow White or Cinderella.
One of my first, like so young I almost don't remember, would have been Little Mermaid.
Oh, really? Yeah, you're the right age for that.
And I don't know, is that an old one that was re-released, or was that new at the time?
That's OG. Yeah,
okay.
Like that's original in the late 80s. 89 or 90?
I'd have been 5-ish, so that would have been 90.
Okay, yeah.
My first theater movie was either The Little Mermaid or The Land Before Time, and I don't remember which one.
And I've never seen that, but in my head, that came out around the same time.
Yeah.
And so the musical number, there's dancing, there's singing, there's hooting or hollering until fucking Mickey shows up. Now it's Mickey. It ain't Bart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mickey is a miserable. I just love that. Like,
I love that he's a dick.
Yeah, get back. I think that's always get back to work.
Yeah.
Like, and all of the spineless princes do. Like, oh, I'm sorry. You look great, Mickey.
Sorry, Mickey.
Like, have you lost weight, Mickey? Like,
I like that one because it's fun to see the villains.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like in an episode of The Simpsons where the side characters get a little shine.
Yeah,
you know?
Cruella de Vil's in there. I think we see Scar in there too. Mm-hmm. It's a little tough for me to remember which of these we saw in which shorts because I shotgunned all of these.
Yeah, they blend together
in a half hour. Yeah,
and I think this would be. I'd enjoy more of this if these characters, like a lot of these characters, I'm like, oh wait, what? Oh, I bet that has to be the lady from Little Mermaid. You know, like so much of the 90s, where some of their biggest hits came out of the 90s. I never saw any of that stuff.
Yeah, and the stuff I'm unfamiliar with is the old stuff.
Yeah.
Fox and Hound, Snow White, Cinderella.
Up next on my arbitrary list is When Billy Met Lisa. Lisa is trying to practice her sax, but keeps kind of just, what would you call that? Just running into strife at home.
Yeah. I love that the first one is she gets a text message from her dad that says like, hey, I can't work with all that racket. Move somewhere else. Yeah. And she looks out the window and he's laying in the hammock drinking beer.
In his underwear.
Like,
he's really working hard.
God damn it, Homer.
And what's Marge doing? She's maybe vacuuming or something that makes noise.
Yeah.
And Bart's like running a chainsaw just to like get her out of the treehouse.
Yeah, because she's in the treehouse, so he's gonna cut it down.
So then she goes to a room at the school that's just for hey, if you need a place to practice, but you can't practice home practice here. She opens the door, and it's like something out of fucking Event Horizon. It's like kids hanging from the ceiling.
Bedlam.
You just hear, help us. She just slams the door and walks away.
I bet being a parent to a kid who plays a loud musical instrument. I was a trumpeter when I was young. I bet my parents fucking hated that.
Yeah. God.
Maybe not my mom, because mom was also a trumpeter.
I bet parents just get so used to blocking out noise.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
There was a 6-month period of your life where you screamed all day. Think of that. Like
you would make a good parent because you have that zone out skill like no adult I've ever met.
Yeah, mine is the little shit. Just walking by me and just eating a granola bar and just dropping the wrapper on the floor. It's like. They don't let you throw kids through windows anymore. They frown on that. Like, you just discus throw them hard enough that they're not going to get cut because we're going too fast. Land in the yard, you realize, hey, that kind of stuff. Just the dumb shit kids will do, Like,
I bet I could sit next to you and run a dentist drill and you would have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, I can zone out fucking white noise with the best of them.
Insane.
Just the windshield wipers on a bone dry.
God.
Just me mopping. Hey, nice day we're having.
The amount of times I have sat in your passenger seat while you just zone out the sound of thunk, thunk. Nathan, it stopped raining 45 minutes ago.
You figure?
Yeah, that's you're always like, oh,
well, I'll be damned.
Oh, I did leave him on. Yeah, man, I've been slowly losing my mind for 45 minutes.
I'm trying to get you ready for fatherhood is what I'm trying to do.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing, Nathan.
Someday you're going to thank me when you're surrounded by your grandchildren.
No, I'm
Big
not.
white beard.
No.
Here's Marlon III. He has something to say to you.
Absolutely not.
I'm picturing Marlon III just a tiny you with like a fucking space helmet because now we live on the moon. He looks like one of the bad guys in Back to the Future 2. One of the naughty teens hanging out with Biff's kid.
Oh, Christ.
So Lisa can't practice anywhere, so she just ends up going underneath a bridge. Hell of a place to practice sax when you're an 8-year-old girl. A car drives over, and goddamn it, Billie Eilish doesn't pop out of that car. She's like, oh, I didn't know, John Coltrane played under a bridge around here. Like, you familiar with Billie Eilish at all?
I listened to that first album.
Not bad.
I like Billie Eilish.
Nothing wrong. I'd say Billie Eilish definitely got to be a cut above most of her contemporaries, I would say.
100%. Yeah.
I was like, people will give a shit about this 20 years from now.
Yep, I agree. Seems to have a good head on her shoulders. Every like interview I've ever seen with her, like she seems like she's got it figured out, and is, I think, very talented. I think her music is good.
Yeah. And speaking of got things figured out, she's figured out that she loves Lisa.
Look at that.
They're under there. She's hanging out from under the bridge. Lisa goes upside down, so there's some solidarity there. That's a good visual.
Yeah.
Starts crying.
That's cute.
Yeah. And decides to grab Lisa. They're going to go back to her place to make some music. Shows up there. She has like a gigantic orchestra.
Yeah.
And she just lays them all off because she's going to work with Lisa instead. Like one of them, we have a union for this.
Hey, you're all fired. I found an 8-year-old I like.
Yeah. God, I bet there's a lot of that in the music industry. Just the whims of a 20-year-old pop star.
The whims of an insane person.
Well, I guess I don't need to own that house anymore. Billie Eilish wants didgeridoos on the next album. Let's forget I made all of her hits on their debut album.
Sure wish her the best of luck with her didgeridoos. Analog dubstep.
Yeah. So they're back at her place, and they kind of almost immediately go like into the studio. So they're getting ready to make some music. Meanwhile, Bart's like just chilling in like what would you call that?
In front of the producer's console.
The board, yeah. And he's like, so like I think his name is Phineas. I think it's like
Billy's brother.
So you're her sister and you like work to make her better. It's like, did your parents make you do this? I like how baffled Bart is by siblings working
you
together.
Help your sister make music?
Like your parents surely have put you up to this. Like, no, like
which I think that's true. I think her brother like does all of her production work and like is involved in helping her
songwriting. Yeah, I think he's a huge part of the creative.
I think they legit recorded that first album of hers in her fucking bedroom.
No shit.
Yeah.
Really? That's an accomplishment. Holy shit. So they're working on stuff, and they end up just kind of like making a version of the Simpsons theme music, like a scat version. Like,
it's got Billy doing her like da 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 da. It sounds like what if Billie Eilish did the Simpsons theme.
Yeah.
It does sound like authentic that way.
And the music kind of just drifts through. We get it's like just a kind of a long animation sequence of the music hitting people's ears.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of likes it. And it ends with them, Lisa and Billy just like sitting on top of that car looking up at the stars at night. And Billie Eilish is like, well, my parents are real supportive of my music. How about yours? It's like, well, my dad will if you give him enough beer and earplugs and he can sit in another room. So no. When she goes, no.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good. I enjoyed that one. Yeah, I mean, none of these are so short. How can you not?
You almost can't not like any of them.
There's a couple good visual gags.
Yeah, I like that one. I like Billie Eilish. So
look at us being contemporary.
Yep.
Yeah, we're both 19. Who'd have thought?
That's been the secret all along.
Just boys.
That means we've been underage drinking this whole show.
We're naughty boys.
No, don't say it like that. Don't make them.
Naughty boys need spankings.
What do you know?
The good, the bad, and the Loki.
There we go.
Loki has been captured in Asgard?
You got
it. I got it. It just dawned on me. Is that right? Is my old Thor knowledge still contemporary?
I forget that. Sometimes I forget that not everybody likes the Marvel stuff as much as I do. So I'm like, yeah, Asgard, what's the matter with you? Like,
my appreciation of the Marvel stuff is the exact same as my appreciation of Star Wars stuff. I enjoy it, but a decade's worth of it can pass and I don't notice.
Oh, sure.
Has there been anything since that big Avengers Endgame tie it all together that's been like particularly you got to watch this?
I mean, I watch it all regardless. But as far as post Endgame stuff that is like, you fucking gotta see, like, I don't know, the Loki TV show I would put up there.
Wasn't
the WandaVision TV show I might put up there.
How about that last Doctor Strange movie?
That was also very good. Yeah.
That was fun.
It's very Sam Raimi. It is Sam Raimi as hell.
That's an adjective I like.
I was about to say, which is either good or bad, depending on what you think of Sam Raimi. Yeah, it's felt a little weird because like so much of it was derailed by COVID. And so stuff hasn't been coming out with the timing that they wanted to or in the order that they wanted to.
Which is important to this shit.
It's been a little weird, but it's all been good. Yeah. Like, I'm of the opinion that even the worst Marvel shit is pretty good.
Yeah,
you know,
rarely do they fuck up.
Yeah,
which is that is something to hang your hat on because it's easy to fuck a movie up. There's a lot of bad movies.
Yeah, it's amazing that any of them ever get made.
Yeah. So Odin has banished Loki to where? Springfield. Be fucking weird if it wasn't.
Yeah, if it were Dayton, Ohio.
The Simpsons don't appear in this at all. The crash lands at the Simpson house. Bart and Loki realize they have a lot in common. I think it's something like, well, you wouldn't understand. You don't have an angry, distant father and a blonde-haired sibling who's great at everything and makes you look bad. And Bart's like, I think you and I have a lot in common.
I love that they're immediately kindred spirits, Bart and Loki.
Which I never thought of that. Like, I guess I don't know enough about like the lore to know what Odin is like. Isn't it Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the last? I hate to keep going back to the Marvel universe, but we're kind of in it. Well, wasn't the last Marvel movie kind of considered lackluster? I mean, the last Thor considered kind of lackluster?
Yeah, people didn't love
Love and Thunder?
Yeah, they didn't love that one. People also didn't love Eternals.
Okay.
And I don't think people super loved Ant-Man 3.
Oh, really? Is that the one that's like out now?
Yeah,
like
I think
Quantumania.
I think you could go to Quantumania in the theater right now.
Pretty sure I think I just actually looked. I think you could still. It's at that point where it's just on the one minor screen, so it's probably on its way out the door.
On its way out, yeah.
So we're at dinner, and Loki uses his magic to turn one pork chop into two, which, of course, makes Homer's heart flutter.
Homer's on board now.
I can't remember why that happens. I think it's kind of like, you can't magic, I don't believe it. Turn this pork chop into two pork chops, and he just does.
Yeah.
So Homer's just baffled and in love. And then Bart's like, hey, do me a solid. Send Lisa away. Okay, just like that's, I like that. Okay, just gone.
Yeah.
Like just sucked through some kind of rainbow, like, I don't know what
Bifrost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. The Bifrost is the rainbow bridge to Asgard. Yep.
Ladies. Single. But this is actually relevant pop culture. Like, you're not in a basement looking at basketball cards from 1993.
That's
Gem in 10. Get the fuck away from me.
if I were to say, yeah, the Bifrost is the rainbow bridge back to Asgard. If I'd have said that 25 years ago,
holy fuck, yeah,
it would have been way different.
That'd have been great.
If I'd have said that in 2001.
Actually, it's the nerd.
Now it's acceptable to know that kind of thing.
And that's why society's went downhill. Moving on. So Lisa wakes up or kind of comes to in like a fucking storage closet in a castle in Asgard, and she's looking around trying to get her fucking bearings. Like, where am I? And then she notices the magic hammer. Finds Magic Hammer. It's like reading Magic Hammer. Like he who shall grab this must have the whatever, and will have the power of Thor.
One more time, what's it called? You're close enough.
Mjolnir.
Yep, Mjolnir.
The Mjolnir grabs the magic Mjolnir. Mjolnir. And fucking morphs in a little mini Lisa Thor.
Yep.
Kind of cute.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Yeah,
he gets muscles.
Yeah. And now has fucking Thor power, which basically means everything. Thor can do whatever. Fly, magic, lightning, the whole thing. That's it. That's me having beef against superheroes that are too fucking strong.
Well, I mean, he's a god.
Yeah, that's the thing. He
like
can't die. The stakes are so lessened. But
you kind of have to write around him.
Yeah, exactly. They got to figure out ways. The same with Superman. Fucking like how he's everything. Like
same way with Hulk. You write around Hulk quite a bit.
Yeah, Hulk often it's just that he's so unstable. Like he's easily tricked and shit. So she shows up to kind of get justice from getting sent away from her home, and she's not alone. She has an array of fucking local Springfieldians who are also Avengers.
The Springfield Avengers.
We get the one that sticks out the most is Barney in the Iron Man costume.
It's very good.
That was nice. Patty and Selma were something. I'm guessing Scarlet Witch.
One is Scarlet Witch, and I forget the other.
Yeah.
I liked Quicksilver comic book guy.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Ralphie as Hulk is fun. He's just green with the torn pants, and he comes in and is like, I ruined my pants a different way. Yeah. And my favorite, because I paused on that screen, and there's Rainier Wolfcastle is there holding a big sign that says, "This is what happens when Disney buys Fox." And it's all these characters. My favorite is Hans Moleman as Mole Man.
That's a nice touch.
Which is so good. Yeah. He's got like the pointed collar and the weird glasses.
The round lenses, right? Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that's good.
I was like, that's perfect.
Or are they like slats?
They're slatted. They're kind of like Bebop's sunglasses.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah. Hans Moleman as Mole Man is fucking inspired.
So she shows up, Thor Lisa, and kind of roughs up Loki a little bit, kind of gives him the what for, and I'm going to send you back to where you came from. But there's a quick switcheroo. It's like, no, wait. It's because he has switched Bart into being Loki, and Loki's now Bart. So Loki Bart gets sent back to Asgard. I don't think we get to see what his punishment is.
I don't believe so.
Yeah,
no.
he's just gone. But now we have Bart, who's actually Loki. So it's okay. So all the brouhaha is over. Cut to that night. He's in bed as Bart, and he just turns into fucking Loki. And then Homer walks by, sees this, and doesn't give a shit.
Nope, he's happy with it.
He is not going to send away magic pork chops.
Yep, because he loves pork chops.
Yeah, so he like fucking tucks him in, gives him a fucking smooch. Because he needs that mystical pork chop hookup. And then it kind of goes on a little bit longer. We do get a good, quick kind of addendum at the end of Hulk fucking Ralphie thrashing the shit. Because I remember that from one of those movies.
Yeah, the first
Just
Avengers
fucking
movie.
Swinging him like a wet fucking towel. Like, God damn it, that's good. Yeah.
And then we get another post-credit, because that's the thing with Marvel, mid-credits and post-credits.
Oh, good point.
We get that post-credit sequence, which is from Loki, the TV show. It's Loki on trial at the TVA with that lady running him down, like, with her list of fucking grievances. You always got something snarky to say.
Yeah.
You got a British accent when you're supposed to be Norwegian. Yeah. You're more popular than the other heroes. Like, just runs him down this long list of grievances.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that one.
Yeah, it was fun.
And if you had watched it before the Welcome to the Club one, it would make sense why Bart is Loki in the Welcome to the Club one.
Yeah, that does add up.
Yeah.
I was like, why is there so much fucking Loki? Making goddamn sense.
I think he even says in that Welcome to the Club one, when he turns into Loki, like, another obligatory appearance for Disney. That mouse is a he doesn't say slave driver, but he says something along those lines.
Up next, the Force awakens from its nap. It's about Maggie. It's fun. We're having fun with words. Maggie gets dropped off at some kind of fucking stop. Again, it's a short. We don't.
Jabba Hutt's preschool.
Is that what it is?
Yep, Jabba's Hutt.
Lots of good sight gags. So Star Wars shit, I can pick up a little more.
This is all sight gags, and they fly by so quick in this freaking episode.
So many rando characters hiding in the periphery. And there's that robot droid employee thing that takes Maggie's pacifier. Do you recall what that's from in the movies? It's some kind of like evil doctor fucking droid thing. I can't remember like what it's from, or a torture droid maybe.
Is it the floating one from the first Star Wars movie, like the interrogation, the floating bot?
No, it's more of a cyborg.
Oh, it's General Grievous.
That's it.
Yeah, from Episode 3.
Yeah, there you go. That Episode 3's General Grievous.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. God, I can't keep.
Does he show up in 2? Maybe. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think he's a 3 specific.
That's okay.
Bad guy. 4 arms, got a lightsaber in each hand.
Yeah.
He's a mechanical Goro.
Yeah. God, good band name.
Yeah, it is. I always thought he was dumb. I thought he was a dumb character with a dumb name.
That's the only one of them I haven't seen. Is that third one? I've heard that's the best of the prequels.
I was gonna say it's the best of the prequels for sure.
Heard it's like it gets a little kind of a bummer at the end. Well, because it's
know where it ends. You know, it's good. It's fine.
So Captain Grieful, was that his name?
Yep, Captain Grieful.
Captain Gleeful. He takes
General Grievous.
He takes away Maggie's pacifier.
Captain Grieful. That's a better name.
Yeah,
I'll say it.
Let's go with it right now. Let's retcon that shit. Maggie doesn't have a pacifier, which as we know through 30 odd years of The Simpsons, Maggie wants her pacifier. But thankfully, the little roly droids,
BB-8,
yeah, BB-8s, they all come to her rescue. It's like, and there's like a whole room of them, kind of cute as buttons. Those little roly boys.
BB-8's cute. There's no way around it. Like he was clearly designed to sell toys,
to be cute,
but like BB-8's adorable.
And they give her pacifier back, and it's real sweet. And all of a sudden, the one that hands it to her gets fucking cheesed, and as it keels over, It's fucking unibrow, baby, done up like Darth Maul.
Yeah.
So they're fucking, now it's on. Maggie just kind of like stretches her pacifier into a sword, and that's what she fights with. Yeah.
Sure.
Gotta have something to fight with, I guess. So we kind of just get an extended fight thing. Bebop boop, slash and spark. There we go.
Well, you really boiled down Star Wars just now. Lightsaber fight thing, bebop boop.
And it's over. Someone's dad. The end. But it doesn't look good. Fucking Maggie's holding her own, but fucking Darth Unibrow fucking uses the Force and tips a giant ass fucking credenza onto fucking Maggie. And it looks, if that happened to a real baby, you need to get a new baby.
A dead baby.
Fucking baby dead.
100%.
There's a dead baby.
Shopping for real little coffins.
Underneath all those shattered Hummel figurines is a very dead baby. But then it looks bad. Darth Maul leaves. The Roly Boys are real sad. And then it starts to kind of rumble, and Maggie with fucking Yoda ears just rises for some fucking reason. She's got Yoda ears now. Why not? And then like the rules come up, like nobody dies, this and that. I think they're kind of making fun of that, like that no one can actually die. Like, and then just Yoda ear fucking Maggie and Roly Boy with the fucking bow on his head just go off into the sunset.
Yeah. I think maybe I'm a little darker minded. I took it to be that she died under that giant bookshelf and just became a Force ghost.
Oh, really?
Like because they show all the Force ghosts, and it's Anakin and Obi-Wan and fucking Han, and it's all the people who've died in the movies, and they're all like slightly glowing, like the Force ghosts, at the end of the fucking movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
I was like, so did Maggie get cheesed by this fucking dresser or whatever?
Kill a baby? Is that what we're fucking doing here?
Is that what we're doing, Simpsons?
Killing fucking babies, bro?
I like that one. That's fun sight gags. Lots of good fun Star Wars shit.
Very good fucking sight gags.
I like, what's her name? The lady with the blue and white. It's Rosario Dawson is playing her now.
Oh,
Ahsoka.
There you go. Now you let the giggle at me.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah. I've only seen it written. I've never heard it said.
Oh, you're reading it? in your fan fiction?
My extended universe fan fiction.
Mrs. Marlon Wills?
It's AHSOKA. I'm going to say Ahsoka. Oh, Christ.
I wonder if the baby will have your hair or mine.
God damn it.
What happened?
I really made that bed myself. But it's her grabbing a fussy baby and stuffing him in the carbonite tank and then hanging him on the timeout rack.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's fun.
Which that's a Disney thing, or like a Star Wars, like Mandalorian, just those animated stills of things as the credits are running.
Oh, okay.
That's how Mandalorian is. It's just like almost like a comic book drawing of a fight scene.
Oh, I think, that sounds familiar. I only saw the first season back when it was new. People are talking about it again because the third season's out.
Okay.
Or is in the middle of.
I watched the first two. I haven't jumped into the third.
I've heard the show's good.
Fuck yeah, it's very entertaining.
Yeah, I like the first season. I should have kept watching. I'll go back to it. The two things that I have like bookmarked as on my watch list on Disney Plus are Mandalorian and The Simpsons.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Now that I think about it, I should watch a few more of those Marvel movies since they're all there and free to access, and some of them are fucking entertaining as all hell. So
yeah. It felt good to check Chernobyl off of my watch list on HBO Max.
Something satisfying about taking the check mark off.
Just like, boop, we're done.
I did it. Another hard day's work. Laying on my side, eating Crunch and Munch, watching 6 hours of prestige cable. Up next, Ted DeSeo La Major.
Now who's having trouble?
Yeah, I don't speak Spanish so good.
Well, at least that one's a real language that neither of us know.
Any idea what that translates to?
Not a clue. I didn't bother looking it up. This kind of isn't even a short. This is just a music video.
You had mentioned that there's one of these is just a Bad Bunny music video, and this is it.
Yeah,
I thought Bad Bunny was like a DJ. I didn't know he was a singer.
Bad Bunny's a pop star. Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Does he often sing in Spanish?
I think exclusively,
really?
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, he's a Latin pop star.
This wasn't terrible. The song's
That's the thing. Bad Bunny makes pretty decent music.
Yeah.
For if that pocket of music is even slightly your bag, he does it pretty well.
Yeah, I was shocked that I was like, I don't know what. I would not be upset if this was on the radio.
Totally.
I'd fucking listen to this.
Yeah.
And it's almost, there's barely any storyline. It's Homer looking at his phone, ignoring his family, while they're at the dinner table, not the kitchen table, the dinner table. And she's upset. He's already late to dinner, looking at the phone. It's like, what are you up to? He's liking pictures of other dinners, which I thought was funny. And finally, she's like, one of these days you can look up from that phone and your family's going to be gone. He just, whatever. And that's what happens. So it's sad boy Homer just going through life without his fam. And then Bad Bunny's a character, just kind of always around, just around what's going on. And I think he sees that Bad Bunny's performing at a theater, and he goes, and sure enough, that's where the rest of the family is. Marge still don't want nothing to do with him, but I don't know how they get on stage. If it just kind of happens,
he just pulls them on stage. Bad Bunny does.
Yeah. And that's where he kind of leads Homer into something you got to think of something here, and gives her some flowers, gets down on one knee. And I think the turning point is taking out his phone and smashing it.
Yeah.
And then that, of course, as we've seen 25 times, wins Marge. Homer does something to win over Marge, and all is well in Springfield again.
Did you do what I did and turn the subtitles on, turn closed captioning on? Because it's all in them talking in the beginning even is in Spanish. I knew the song would be.
Yeah.
But when he comes in and they're talking in Spanish, I was frantically with my remote, how do I turn the subtitles on?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, I was shocked how much I enjoyed this.
I have zero beef with Bad Bunny.
Yeah, good. Finally, we got that settled. I saw the rumblings. So.
He makes good music. He is a shockingly competent professional wrestler.
That's what I know him for more than anything.
Yeah, me too. I bet the first time I heard of Bad Bunny was wrestling.
It had to have been for me, yeah.
Yeah,
does he still pop up on shit?
He just popped up at WrestleMania last week, and the Raw after.
Huh.
And I think cynically about the WWE as a company.
Yeah.
I think they like that now they have kind of an ambassador in Puerto Rico because Backlash, the next pay-per-view, is at San Juan in Puerto Rico. Hosted by Bad Bunny as the big WWE diplomat that he is.
Fucking Puerto Rico loves pro wrestling every time.
That's true.
Yeah, they get into it.
Yeah.
Carlos Colon, what up? I think he was the guy that ran that territory for years.
Isn't that where Brody got stabbed?
Yep, he sure did.
Yep.
Watch out for Invader 3 if he's still around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and keep your head on a swivel.
Don't shower near Invader 3.
I'm always saying that.
Maybe just be any of the invaders. Just maybe wait till they get to the hotel room to clean
up. Speaking of ones that are kind of just a music video and not really a short, meet the Bocellis in Feliz Navidad.
What a weird...
I don't have a clue who this is.
Andrea Bocelli?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Opera singer?
Yeah, or just I think also sings some classics, but I think mostly opera is where he got his name.
Huh.
Yeah.
It seemed like a real out of left field thing.
Yeah, what a weird... Yeah. What if I got some pipes on him, though?
Sure, yeah.
Kind of getting ahead of us here. I'm going to go on the record. Feliz Navidad, sung by the right person, kind of fucking slaps. That's a song I don't mind. When they really get into it, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Fuck, that adds a little more. Think of that boring-ass limp dick shit you sung in church on Christmas.
I was just about to say, you know what? As far as Christmas songs go, I'll agree with you on this one.
My other hot Christmas banger is Oh Holy Night, if someone can hit those notes.
That's not a banger. That's a snoozer.
Bro, when they get going, when they hit those crazy cuckoo bananas notes, I wait for them to either nail it or fail. There's something about watching someone reach for great heights and not make it. And Mrs. Fibbleson just pissed herself. It went way too hard.
Standing at the front of the church, openly pissing because you couldn't hit that note.
Lay down a beach towel. Get a hold of yourself.
Brought a beach towel with her. Laid it out before.
She knows.
She wasn't confident.
She knows the risks when you try to hit the high notes in a holy night.
I don't know if there's a Christmas song that I would file under bangers.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I can't think of any like contemporary ones that I like. Really, like
what's the bells one?
Bells, 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 bells.
Sure,
bells,
yep,
bells,
that one.
Bells. We're ringing bells. Bells are cool.
That was like
Brought
that's
to you by Belco.
that's the kind of not just Christmas but Christian like church music I like is that real grand orchestral shit.
That's true. That's true. Yep.
And sounds like it should have some fucking Norwegian black metal underneath it. Like I like that shit.
Yeah. The Trans-Siberian Orchestra's definitely done the bell song.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Ode to Joy, I think, is a good church song, but largely not my thing. Homer got Andrea Bocelli and his family for Marge for Christmas. I don't know if he's human trafficked to them.
They don't seem to be scared.
Yeah, they seem fine.
Yeah.
And like he sings a song and it's fine, but then they're like, do a Christmas one. So he and his son and granddaughter,
are they
him
even
and a couple
real?
other Bocellis, sing Feliz Navidad, and that's the episode.
It's fun little fun thing.
Yeah, a little fun thing.
It's nice to have
little
fun.
fun Christmas thing. What do you got? Something against fun?
Well, yeah, we're pro fun here.
What's the problem with you?
Yeah. It'll be difficult.
The first two, if we were to go in some kind of proper order here.
And they are the first two by a country mile, if you're going to go chronologically.
Oh, boy. The first one from 2012 is The Longest Daycare.
2012. That's fun. But I don't go to movies like this. I'm surprised I'd never heard of this before.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing. This one and the next one, I think, came out independently, whereas the rest of these were made for Disney+.
Yeah.
But these first two were their own thing. The Longest Daycare was in 2012 and ran in front of Ice Age Continental Drift.
Yep. And you can kind of, once you know it, you can kind of tell this was 3D.
Oh,
yep.
Sure.
Movie, you think 2012, every movie was 3D.
Yeah.
And if you were to rewatch, like, okay, I see where that one thing would have popped on the screen.
Coming at the screen.
That's where the pacifier, well, that'd be in my face right now.
Okay, yep.
Oscar nominated.
Yep, Oscar nominated. Lost, but Oscar nominated. We're dropping off at the Ayn Rand School for Tots, which we've seen before, but not in a long time. And this has hella Merry Melodies vibes to it, which I'm very into.
Yeah.
Like everything makes a musical note, every little thing in the world. The Maggie face that would definitely be the Bugs Bunny face when you open the episode and close it at the end. Feels like an old Looney Tunes short, which I'm very into. There's a real elaborate check-in process at the Ayn Rand School for Tots. Maggie gets shuffled into the nothing special section, and she's bummed. She wanted to go to the gifted babies section, which is like nice. It has nice stuff in it. And then the corner they stuff her in is fucking dreary.
Yeah, dreary's the right word. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
She's like trying to make friends a little, but can't. She wants some toys, but can't get them. And that's when she finds a caterpillar and like a pop-up book about what the lifespan of caterpillars is, from caterpillar to cocoon to butterfly. The fucking unibrow kid gets the fucking drop on her because she like finds a butterfly and he kills it.
Yeah. Real asshole, this guy.
And then another butterfly and he kills it.
So one he like slaps against the wall and like puts a square
draws
around
a frame around it like it's art. Yeah. So she finds this caterpillar, puts together with the pop-up book that it's going to be a fucking butterfly, So makes a run for it. We get along. This is mostly unibrow kid chasing her through the Ayn Rand School for Tots. And eventually she gets to the window. The butterfly has changed in the course of all this. Gets to the window and it goes to flutter out the window, and that fucking unibrow kid drops the blinds on it.
Perfect timing.
Damn.
This kid is good at killing bugs.
Yeah. And he's all fucking leering and being fucking creepy. And that's when Marge comes and picks her up. Maggie devastated that the butterfly is all fucking wrecked. But then she gets in the car, and the unibrow kid pulls up the blinds to see that it's her bow that is on the windowsill. And then you get Maggie in the car, and the bow, like, comes to life. It's the butterfly in her hair.
Very
and
cute.
It flies away.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cute episode.
This one and the next one are so much different than the other shorts. You could tell they're way more cinematic.
Yeah, you can tell that they were made for theaters and not made to advertise the rest of the streaming channel.
Good call, yeah.
Like, not to sound cynical, but these were made with higher aspirations.
Way more musical, like you said.
Yeah.
Barely any talking, if any. Might not be one word.
No, I don't think there is. Yeah.
And you're right. Like everything that's done has a musical note. Like,
yeah, even just like adding, like Maggie at some point to hide the caterpillar puts it on her face to look like a long unibrow.
Yeah.
And like when she moves her eyebrows, it makes musical notes like blink, blink.
Yeah.
Like it's that kind of thing. The other one is Playdate with Destiny, which came out in 2020 in front of Onward. Do you have a clue what that is?
I sure do. I remember ads for it. I think it's like a teenage boy discovers his father. Well, I don't know. Insert what?
Masturbating.
Masturbating. Yes.
Okay.
And he's so good at it. We're taking him cross country for a jerk off contest in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And that's what it is. It's because it's a travel movie.
Okay.
It's like his friend convinces him that you got to do this, dude. And like, that's all I know about. I think Seth Rogen voices like the buddy.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Because he's like a big kind of.
Are they ogres or people?
I think they're people. They're teenage boys.
Okay.
And they're in a van.
I thought they were like blue. Aren't they like
maybe they
elves
are
or something?
Yeah, maybe they're teenage elves. Now they're like, these are very foggy memories.
Is it a Pixar movie? Or a Pixar proper or Pixar adjacent?
No idea. I don't know who makes what. Huh. But it was like, well, obviously it was a big wide release and shit. I think, like most of those movies, they don't suck. So critically, I think it was pretty well received.
It's sometimes tough to tell what is a capital P Pixar movie and what is like, oh, Pixar produced this. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like, I think they kind of slut up the Pixar name these days. By spreading it around.
Fucking whores.
We're at the park. Maggie meets Hudson. So we saw...
Ages ago. Not ages ago.
Not
5 seasons ago.
Sure, which feels like fucking ages ago.
The mom is the sticking point in that episode.
Yeah. So we've met baby Hudson in the show, but he came to be here.
Big yellow head, little curly Q in the front.
Yeah, little weird curly Q in the front. I don't like it. I don't like the curly Q.
Because it looks like it's part of his fucking face.
Yeah, it looks like he has a huge dollop of skin hanging down in front. It's...
Clip that thing off.
Not a fan. Maggie meets Hudson, and they're, like, adorable together, I guess. I don't know. This something about all of this, like, oh, we're putting the idea of dating and courtship into these 1-year-olds, I think is creepy.
A little off-putting.
And I don't like it.
I can tell. You don't have to like it. I want you to feel safe.
I feel comfortable not
too comfortable. I would
liking
say.
it. What does that mean, too comfortable? He's too comfortable not liking this. So they have a fun time. There's fun visuals of like, oh, they're standing on a bridge in the sunset and they're all dressed up, but then it fades to what they're actually doing, which is just like standing on the jungle gym. Like there's shit.
There's
like
a lot
that.
of moments.
Sure, I guess. I just spent the whole time being like, this is weird.
Yeah, don't make them. It's funny. It's less off-putting to me when it's Maggie than when it's Lisa. Because some about babies,
I'll agree with that.
It's so cartoony. Yeah,
sure. Yeah, I'll agree with that. But still, like, what are you gonna have them fuck now?
Yeah, no, don't make babies fuck. No.
I'm always saying that.
Yeah,
I have that T-shirt.
Yeah.
You've told me to stop wearing it to comedy shows.
I got a hooded sweatshirt.
I paid a lot of money for it.
How many places I had to go before they'd finally make it?
the screen printing place in the mall has zero scruples.
It says don't.
Yeah. Don't
Read
you
it
get
again.
it? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you wish it said do? Is that what you want? I'm just coming at people real hard.
Get out. We don't even make shirts here.
So they go home, separately. Maggie has a dream about how Hudson is so great, and now she's like getting ready to go to the park as if it's a date. She poofs the baby powder in the air and walks through it.
That was funny.
Like puts a little dab of milk behind her ear, which gross. That
ain't gonna age well.
That baby's gonna stink real bad. Sitting in a park out in the sun.
If you don't smell sour milk much in life, but if you got a baby around, you're gonna smell some sour milk.
Oh God.
Ugh. Something needs to be washed. I don't know.
And it's probably this baby.
It's the baby, the blankets, all of it.
Yeah, just put it all in the washing machine. Baby and all.
Toughen it up.
So she's all excited, but now Homer is the one supervising her this day, and he takes her to the wrong park. So she doesn't get to see Hudson, then goes home and goes on a fucking bender. This, for whatever reason, I thought was funny.
Yeah.
Her, like, taking the cap off her fucking milk bottle and just taking it straight to the head. Like, it's like she went on a fucking drinking binge.
Yeah. Babies can get drunk. We'll allow that.
For whatever reason, I'm fine with this. For whatever reason, I'm fine putting alcoholism on this baby, but I'm not putting romance on this baby.
You're an old-fashioned guy.
I guess. I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know why I think some shit is okay.
I don't know why anything's anything.
Nothing means anything anymore. Oh, I thought that very thing in traffic not 6 hours ago. I had a bad traffic being in public day.
Been there. Not your best self?
I wasn't my best self. But it was all to myself in my car. So no one else heard any of the things I said.
Try to throw trash at someone and realize the window's up.
I fucking came to an intersection and I stopped because I had a sign that said stop.
Oh, good.
So as I sat there, a person was coming from my left down that street, and they came up to the intersection and they stopped. And they looked at me like I was a fucking idiot because they were waiting for me to go, because they got to the intersection before I did, or before I got there before they did. So that means, and we're the only two cars involved, so I get to go before they go. But they're stopped at a stop sign that doesn't exist. They're on a fucking through street, stopped for no reason.
I just want to check things out. Get a drink in the neighborhood.
I was so goddamn
Is
mad.
that aluminum siding?
And they're like giving me the wave. I'm like, you don't.
Say a mean word.
I said mean words. I said bad shit to that person.
It might help our numbers if we get canceled. So really air what you want. Get it out. Get it all out. What nationality were they?
White.
Oh,
the worst one. Yeah. Like, you don't have a fucking stop sign.
Go.
And did I eventually just fucking go?
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I fucking sat there and obeyed the law because I know how to drive.
And they're like, that fucking asshole.
Oh, they for sure think I'm the asshole.
Oh, good stuff.
But there wasn't a stop sign where they were. So the next day, Maggie goes, she goes to the park with Hudson, or goes to the right park this time where Hudson is, by fucking taking over the wheel and making Homer drive there. Like, comes fucking crashing into this park. And she gets there just in time to see Hudson on a train that is about to leave. And I do like the visual of her trying to chase the train down.
It's so close.
Yeah, he's reaching off the caboose for her hand, and she like takes her bow off so he can grab that, and then the bow stretches and she falls and isn't able to get on the train with Hudson, and it shows him going away, and Maggie is laying there looking all sad, and I called this half a second before it happened. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. And it pans out. It shows you that the entire train track is like 80 feet. It comes right back around.
50 feet in diameter.
Yeah, it's just an oval
track.
Yeah. And so when it pulls back around, hey, Maggie and Hudson.
Yep. Together at last.
Yeah. Yeah, those two I think are a cut above the others. Yeah. I think the others are more fun.
Yeah.
Like the villains or the Marvel one or the Star Wars one, I think are my favorites.
The quality here, though, it's
Yeah, you can tell that these were meant to be shown in a movie theater and considered for Oscar nominations in the animated shorts category. Yeah. They're fun.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Not a lot of belly laughs, not a lot of tittering, but it was fun.
Yeah, I think my favorite bit of all of these is the like pausing on the Springfield Avengers and seeing how they dressed everyone up. I like that a lot. Little Milhouse as Hawkeye is fun. Yeah, these shorts are cool.
Yeah.
They are what I thought they'd be, which is completely insubstantial.
Yeah,
but
right.
fun.
But yeah, like a B- short in the Treehouse episodes.
Sure, totally.
No, none were like, oh, what are we doing here? Which can happen in the Treehouse occasionally, but
can happen in a straight up regular episode.
Often, yeah. So here we are, all the shorts.
The end of the road.
The shorty shorts are done.
We've watched every episode. We can say that now after finding the unearthed, forbidden Michael Jackson episode. We've seen the movie. We've seen the shorts.
What's left to conquer? We're like Alexander. There's no more.
Yep. We're like Conan at the end of Conan, like sad on the throne.
Boy, if this is the throne.
I mean, we'll do something next week. We have to. We have to do something next week.
Without this, what are we?
There would be riots.
Oh my God. We have to look ourselves in the face.
The people demand it.
Yeah, they do. The screams. Ones of people a week scream for this podcast. All 11 of you.
What would our friends in Ireland say?
Yeah. Are you still with us, friends in Ireland?
Yes, as far as I can tell from the numbers, I don't think we lost them.
Oh, terrific. Look at this.
Along with some Spanish numbers. So if you're in Madrid listening to us, thank you.
I apologize for butchering that Bad Baby title.
Bad Bunny, but Bad
okay. Bunny. Bad Baby was that.
See, he can't do the English either.
Bad Baby was Catch Me Outside, right?
Fuck, I think you're right.
That's Bad Baby, I
think. Catch Me Outside, how about that?
Well, we got something lined up for the people.
I wonder what she's doing right now.
I think she's a rapper.
Oh, God damn it. I'll stick with Bad Bunny.
There you go. Of all the bad
I bet she can't throw a Canadian destroyer. I've seen Bad Bunny throw a Canadian destroyer.
I think she might be a little too top heavy to pull off some of those moves. She's about 1/3 tit last I saw.
Jesus Christ. She spent it well. Huh? All right. We will do something next week. We have something lined up for you. It's going to be fun. I'm not going to tell you anything else, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun time for fun people.
A sweet treat.
Yeah, yes, that's a good way to put it. A sweet treat.
Been eating your vegetables all these weeks. Now it's time for dessert.
You've gone 148 weeks of vegetables. Have a little ice cream. Have a little cake.
We can do it. You can do it. We're going to do it together.
Yes, we're going to hold hands.
Press our bodies. No, wait. That's my other podcast.
I'm sorry?
Never mind.
Okay. So join us next week for a fun little something or another.
Bye, everybody.